Last time on Astronautica.
Our hero, Tanya Jackson, was dragged to an uncomfortable dinner party by her father. While she was there, she taught a kid about inventory management and fed a dragon some cheese. But things didn't go as planned at that party, and her father, well, he took it pretty bad. One thing led to another, and he wound up killing a guy. So Oka, she packed her bag. She's been waiting for the opportune moment. But will she be able to escape Jackson and Jackson? What other evils does her father have in store? And when's she gonna develop that debilitating drug habit we all know she has? We'll find out, right here and now, on Astronautica.
You're floating in water. It's not dark. It's not that deep either. All around you, you can hear the sound of life. The sound of birds singing in the trees, strange animals chittering and chattering in the forest high above. You look around you, and you see your siblings. All of them. There are a lot of them. Swimming around in the pond with you. Your parents are somewhere nearby. You don't really know where. You know they're close. After a moment, the sky darkens, and you see overhead a massive figure with two shining eyes staring down at you. It crouches down low, its massive hand reaching out toward you. What would you like to do?
I'll grab the hand.
You do so. The rest of your siblings scatter. They run, they hide, they swim away. You don't. You reach out toward the hand. You grab onto the thumb and are lifted high into the air and brought face to face with this massive, massive entity. The lights shining, blinding you. You can hear the deep rumble of its mechanical breath. It looks at you, examining you, and it nods and says,
"Oh, yes. We are going to do such great things together."
Its hand slowly closes around you, not hurting you, but keeping you from escaping. And the world goes dark. You wake up. Marshmallow is standing over you and says, "Miss Jackson, I'm sorry to wake you. I know you don't like getting up too early, but your father has requested your presence at your earliest convenience."
Fine. Okay, thank you, Marshmallow.
Of course. I'll give you a couple moments. Marshmallow dips out.
Okay.
You're in your room. It's been about a month since you witnessed your father murdering a young man. And all this time, you've had your bag packed and ready. Where are you keeping your bag?
I feel like I have like some secret compartment underneath my bed.
Word.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have like a little hollowed out space under the mattress.
Mm-hmm.
And you have it there. What do you have packed in there?
That's a good question. Maybe a few books that are special to me. A picture of my mom that I've been able to find. And maybe like a couple of changes of clothes. Something that I bought with, father's money that he wouldn't approve of. Maybe like just some clothes like that to maybe disguise myself. And then that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's very minimal.
Okay. Yeah. That's tucked away under the bed. Today's the day.
Mm-hmm.
There's an expo going on at Jackson & Jackson. There's going to be a lot of people coming in, going. A lot of foot traffic. It's going to be busy. And your father is going to be distracted. Going to be all over. It's as good a chance as you're going to get. All of the distraction, the people.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and put this to good use and get the hell out of here.
All right.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll dress in my normal attire. Just maybe like a pantsuit or something.
You got it. You get dressed. It's early. It's about 5:30 in the morning. Your father is a very early riser. Very much one of the people that believes in the early bird gets the worm. He also stays up pretty late. He's not really sure how he does it. He's just one of those people that can run on small amounts of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's usually like the worst type of business people.
Yeah, right. It's the like quote unquote Sigma mentality people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like, I take a cold shower while eating a raw egg and I get 2 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah.
Splash my cold coffee onto my face and then I'm ready to face the day.
Right. Ugh, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tanya is the farthest from that, so she is like myself. A little tired, and she's a bit lethargic. She's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So she goes to, I guess, I could be wrong here. Maybe there's some type of replicating device that you can order coffee from, or maybe machine or something. Or maybe
you have a coffee machine.
Okay, cool, yeah. Some type of futuristic coffee machine. I get that thing going. I add like 3 shots of espresso in it. And I take it with me. I take it till I get my whole coffee like tumbler in my hand.
You do so. As you go up to the coffee machine, a holographic barista pops up and says, "Good morning, Miss Jackson.
No.
How are you today?" No.
Can you just like tone it down? Is there any type of settings that I can be like, I can tone down?
There's a computer and the side panel on the.
Yeah.
You wanted to pop the side panel out.
Yeah, pop it out, and I was like,
all right, you do so. There's a computer on the inside and some wiring. You can either data spider or technology it.
I'll data spider. Let's see what. Hold on. Maybe I'll technology it. Let's see what I got. Okay, I got more data spider. So let's data spiders 5 all day.
Where you're gonna data spider? Okay.
That is 1-6.
1-6. Okay. Perfect. Are you gonna push it or are you gonna leave it?
And you know what? Just for the sake of the narrative, let's push it. Let's make this. Make it tougher to get out of here anyway. All right, that's another 6.
All right, so it's a partial success still. Yeah, you pop open the side and the holographic barista goes, "Hi, I don't know if you're supposed to be doing that." And you quickly hack in. It's barely password protected. It's admin password 1234. Like, just no one's ever fucking changed the settings on a coffee machine because why the fuck would they? And you hack in, you go into the personality matrix, and you begin fiddling with the settings. What sort of personality would you like to shift the barista to have?
Very nonchalant. Very let's see. Maybe the type of service industry worker who's been there for a while, knows that they're not going to get in trouble.
Like the disaffected barista.
Exactly.
Right.
Just like whatever.
All right, you reset the parameters, and the holograph stutters and fades out, and then comes back, and there's a skinny, pale guy with like a soul patch, and he's got hair down over one eye, and he's like, "Hey."
Hey, what's up? Let's just give me a red eye, please.
Yeah, whatever. And he turns away, and he turns and like fades into the machine, and the coffee machine starts jittering and sputtering, and then pours it out into a cup, and then sets it down. And he says, "Did you want cream with that?"
No, it's fine, thank you.
Well, I put cream in it, so... And then he disappears.
Right. That's better. I like the indifference.
So, you've essentially... What your partial success did is you made it so that it will always get the order wrong. And won't give a fuck.
Great.
You have your red eye with like not just it's got cream, too much cream. Like you know when you take a sip of coffee that has too much cream and it like coats your mouth.
Yeah, it's like
and you're like raw. It's that. It's too much.
All right. I like you get like too much like some sweeteners. Like, oh my god, I just asked for a pump of this. Like,
oh yeah, and you're like, cool. I'm gonna be sick now.
Right.
Thanks for giving me an instantaneous stomachache on Monday morning, 10 a.m.
Great.
The best way to start your week.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. All right, so you've successfully sort of reprogrammed. Well, you successfully reprogrammed the personality on the machine. Unfortunately, for some reason, the personality matrix and the efficiency matrix are tied in together. So it also
sense.
takes a little bit too long to make.
And I'm tired, and I probably have one eye open as I was doing the fucking thing anyway. It's like, I was like, this is the day I deserve.
Oh, shit. After a moment, Marshmallow pops up near you and goes, "Oh, there you are, Miss Jackson. Your father's still looking for you. I see you have some coffee, though. That's good."
Yeah. I'll be there just like in like a minute. And yeah, just tell him to like chill, dude.
Okay, I will tell him to chill, dude. Good morning, coffee machine. Marshmallow turns to the coffee machine, and the coffee machine goes, "Sup?" Marshmallow cocks their head and goes, "That's different." Well, right. And fades out again. Is there anything you'd like to do before you go see your father?
No, I think I'm gonna just, I may just like touch the suitcase that I have ready to go. Just touch it and be like, today's the day. And just like take a breath and like sip on this coffee. And I think I'm gonna head out.
Cool. So you go to your father?
Yeah, I think I'll make a beeline for my father. I don't want it to arise any suspicions or anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is, of course, in his office.
Of course.
He's standing and staring out at the skyline, looking out over the city of Chicago. And as you walk in, he turns and he says, "Ah, well, took you long enough. Good morning."
Yeah, it's a morning. It's a morning for sure.
I see you have a coffee. Good. You're going to need it today.
Okay.
There's been a change of plans. As you know, the expo is occurring today. I was hoping to oversee it myself, however, a very important, crucial business meeting has called me away. And so, that duty will fall to you.
Are you sure?
It is entirely ceremonial. You will show up, you will stand there. You will, of course, be accompanied by my bodyguards, Barry and Garrett. They will take care of any needs you might have. All you need to do is be seen, walk around, smile, wave, shake hands, kiss babies, all that stuff.
I'm not kissing any babies.
It's a metaphor. There shouldn't be any babies there. We're not allowing them in.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah, sure. Let's. I really don't think I have a choice. So.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
He presses a button on his desk, and he says, "Send them in, please." And a moment later, Barry and Garrett. Oh, God. I keep wanting to call them Gary and Barrett. Barry and Garrett come in. And they nod, and Garrett says, "Morning, Miss Jackson. How are you today?"
I'm good. Garrett, Barry, how is everything? What's going on? How are you guys?
You know, same old, same old.
Same old, same old. You guys want to like grab some lunch later today? Like, what's good? How are the kids? How's the family?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. They're doing great. Yeah. Your dad is like just drumming his fingers on the desk as you're chit-chatting.
Right. Yeah. That's great. I love to see you guys are looking well. Is the old man treating you okay? You permission to speak freely. Well, no, never mind. Don't speak freely.
Garrett chuckles and says, "Either way, I was going to say yes."
Okay, good. Because that guy, he might just kill you for saying something wrong. Oh, it's just jokes. These are all jokes.
Your father gives you a look, and I'm gonna have you roll. I think I'm gonna have you roll manipulation.
That's completely fair.
Like to hide. Yeah, we're gonna do like a little opposed check.
That is nothing. I will push. That is nothing again. All right, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, this is hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a look as if, well, he's very good at piercing looks. He's very good at sort of getting to the heart of things.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives you this look. And there's a question in there. You're not exactly sure what the question is, but something you said has, it appears to have raised his suspicions slightly. And he says, well, anyway, good luck. Don't embarrass me. It should start in about 20 minutes. It'll be going most of the day. Again, this is purely ceremonial. All of the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed. This is simply to be representing Jackson and Jackson.
Yeah, I get it, Pops. It's political rhetoric, all surface level when you absolutely mean nothing underneath. I get it.
Correct.
It's kind of like what we're doing right now, isn't it? I look at Barry and Garrett, like, I'm trying to like get them to laugh.
Let's see.
See if what.
Yeah. Garrett chuckles and your father shoots him a look and he immediately goes stone-faced again. Barry does not. Barry remains stone-faced. And your father turns and says, well, get to it. I'll expect a full report this evening.
Okay. And under my breath, I really thought that was pretty funny. I don't. I've been working on that for a minute.
As you, Barry and Garrett escort you out. As you head out, you pass by your father's secretary, and there's a man standing with her. He's tall, slender, dark-haired, kind of a boyish face, even though he's probably in his mid-30s. He looks strong, but not manual labor strong. He looks healthy. And he's dressed fairly nicely. He's got a nice, clean suit. And your father's secretary, she says, right this way, doctor. And he says, oh, that's, you don't need to, you don't have to, all the formality, it's fine. It's really fine. Thanks. And he walks in, the door closes. And the moment the door closes, Barry turns to you and says, that was pretty funny.
Oh, thanks. I thought so. It's tough. I understand. Pop has a stick up his butt.
He's also, I think, running a little tense today. There's a lot going on in this meeting. I don't know what the meeting is, but he seems to place, enough value on it that he would cancel being seen at the expo. You know how much he likes to be seen.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a business to be ran. I can only think that we could be much bigger than we are you would loosen up just a tad. Hard to do business with an absolute maniac. You know what I mean? You don't have to answer that. It's okay. I understand the position that will put you in.
Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's, no time like the present. Let's get it going. Let's just get it over with.
All right. You head to the expo spot. It's sort of off of the main lobby. There's a large showroom. And it is quite large because a lot of the things that Jackson and Jackson make are large. You walk in and there's all sorts of technology and machinery there. There are people demoing the latest in robotic limb replacement. There are exosuits that are on display. There are full-on robot loaders being operated both by a pilot inside and by remote control. There are drones flitting about, taking video, doing light displays, projections. It's bright and already pretty crowded, and there's a lot going on. On either side of you are Barry and Garrett, and they stick pretty close to you. Off in one corner, you can see what looks to be a small menagerie of animals. One of which you recognize as the cat that you saw at the party. And they're all meowing and barking and making all sorts of noise. It's busy. And as you walk in, people notice you and they nod deferentially. It is, again, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of different types of people here, all of them upper class. But you think some of them might be outside of the Spire, some of them might be, Blightborns, some of them might be, I think the majority of them are probably Spireborns. There's all kinds of people. Is there anything you'd like to do or look at or explore?
I think I'm gonna start just mingling with some of these people.
You do so.
Yeah, I go up to the Blightborn people because I really don't care for Spireborn people that much.
You do so. There's a group of them. You see, there's some people with mechanical arms, and sort of various cyborg accoutrements who are looking at one of the large loaders that is currently sort of stomping around and picking up very heavy boxes. One of them is picking up a car and moving it to the other side and, moving it back, showing the strength of this loader. And, they're all standing there watching it sort of pleasantly.
Yeah. Oh, this is very good work here. You guys are hard workers.
Pardon?
You guys are all hard workers?
Well, yes, I'd like to think that we are.
Yeah. Question about, I don't know if this is personal. I apologize. I don't mean to be rude. But could you, the cybernetics, the attachments that you guys have, are you, with these decisions, or did you kind of, were your accidents, or how did you guys go about acquiring these cybernetic lens and such?
Well, It varies for each of us, I think. I was actually born without an arm. My friend over here, he had his arm crushed in an accident. I know our friend over there, and he gestures to a young woman who sort of nods curtly back. He says she decided that she would rather have a mechanical hand to bring her closer.
Oh, okay. I try to whisper, what's her name?
He says, her name is Michiko.
Michiko, okay. Do you mind asking? You know what? I'll just walk over to her. Don't worry about it. Continue your work. And I walk over to Michiko. I say, hello. Very good work. Good morning to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Can I help you with something?
Oh, yes. I was just wondering. I noticed your cybernetic hand. And I'm sorry if this is personal. You feel free if you don't want to answer any of this, but you voluntarily did. I learned from the gentleman over there that you voluntarily swapped out your hand for that one.
She sort of shoots him a dirty look, and then turns to you and says, "Yes, I did. It was a choice I made."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it was kind of rude of him, but he shares that information. Don't beat him up too much. He's not too bright. Very good looking guy though. Anyway, yeah. Did the procedure hurt? Was it quick, if you don't mind?
Did it hurt? Well, no. I was unconscious for the first part of it.
Okay.
By the time I woke up, I had a cybernetic hand. So it's not particularly painful. She pulls back her sleeve and shows that it's actually not just the hand, it's everything below the elbow is robotic. And she says, "It's a long story, but it was worth it, I think. Are you considering it?"
Oh, not. I mean, it's something I've tossed around. But being in the position that I am, my boss, or also, I guess one could say, my parental unit has decided that he just doesn't really care for people working with him who has that. So if in any case that I weren't to be here, maybe, but that's another world, I suppose.
Who's
Just
your
curious.
parental unit?
The owner of Jackson, it was Richard Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're the daughter.
I am.
They all sort of shoot looks at each other and then look down at you. And she says, "And where is he?"
He's on a very important business trip that he honestly did not disclose with me because he doesn't disclose every bit of information with me. And
Of course.
yeah.
Right. Well, that is, unfortunate. We were looking forward to maybe chatting with him.
Oh, well,
Anyway.
I'm conducting business. You can chat with me.
Well, that sounds nice. Tell me, so you said that your father doesn't want to work with people who are, like us.
You would prefer not to. Yeah, he's a kind of a bigot in that way.
Interesting. He also is one of the major suppliers of robotic arms.
Yeah, it's thing about bigots is the logic doesn't suit them well.
Interesting.
Yep. But he'll profit off of you for sure.
Of course.
Of course.
Did you know that Jackson & Jackson is also responsible for a slew of worker deaths recently due to unsafe working conditions?
I had heard word, but I did not know to the extent of this issue. It would not surprise me, though.
Are you also aware that there have been efforts for the Jackson & Jackson employees to unionize that has resulted in mass firings and arrests, police brutality during protests, things like that?
I see what we're getting at here. Let's see. You guys are trying to unionize, correct?
Well, a lot of people are trying to unionize.
You feel free to speak openly with me. I can guarantee you we're in a safe space, and I am not my father. As a matter of fact, I kind of hate him. So if I can do anything to give him a little, jab here and there, I'm more than willing to do so.
Well, that's interesting. Would you care to speak with us further?
Absolutely.
As you start to walk away, Garrett and Barry sort of come up, and Garrett puts his hand on your shoulder and says, Miss Jackson, there's a photo op that your father has requested that you be a part of.
Oh, yes. Well, if you guys would excuse me, I'm going to take this real quick, and I will be right back. My apologies, but please, let us continue this conversation.
They nod and retreat back into the crowd. Garrett brings you over to one of the exosuits and says, you just have to get in it. You don't have to do anything. Just, I don't know, pick something up and set it down.
And this is one of the new exosuits that we have, correct, Garrett?
Yeah, it's prototype, I think.
Are you around the working conditions of the subordinates at all?
No, ma'am, I can't say that I am.
Interesting. And I have to get in it for a photo op, correct?
Yes.
GM, where they're like camera folks around, like.
Yeah, there's reporters. There's news drones flitting about.
I mean, do we have any of like the head researcher or scientist around as well? Like, look at this is my outfit. Look at what I've done with Jackson & Jackson. Blah blah blah. Anything? Yes.
They're basically, as like any expo, there's always the one person who is like the nerd talking about it. So there's a scientist there who's talking about
all right,
about the exosuit.
I go up to the scientist and look at everyone else. Like, it's the paparazzi for nerds. And I say, hello, everyone. So great. This is, what's the name of this particular exoskeleton?
It's the JJ65-11.
All right. Hello. This is the JJ65-11. And it's so nice to meet the lead researcher and scientist on the project. the doctor's name.
You look at his name tag, and it says Schneider on it.
Okay, all right, Dr. Schneider. Continue, please, Dr. Schneider. Tell us how does this operate?
Oh,
yes, please.
Of course, yes. Well, it actually responds through a series of sensors to the individual articulations of your muscles and tendons, so it gives lifelike level of control and sensory input without any sort of input lag whatsoever. We've designed them with tactile inputs that respond with pressure on your corresponding parts. So it essentially genuinely functions as an extension of you. It's the same science that we've seen in the prosthetic limbs, just on a much larger scale.
Fantastic. Isn't this great, everyone? Yes, please give the Dr. Schneider a round of applause. This is great.
One person claps.
Great. Thank you, that one person. Well, this is a result of our famous tech, J&J. And we have more of prototypes to come and in store. I will be around. But I know you guys want a demonstration with yours truly in it. But I always say that the one who has worked the hardest and the one who has put their blood, sweat, and tears in the project should be the one to set an example of how well it works. So, Dr. Schneider, if you would, please.
Of course. Yes, it would be my pleasure.
And on behalf of my father, this is all his doing. And we love ourselves, the great Richard Jackson, everyone. This is
yeah. Again, the same person applauds.
Yes.
And the doctor gets into the exosuit. And as he goes, he's talking through the process. He basically climbs up into the center hatch, sort of in the chest, and there's a couple of rings that he puts his hands through, sort of into gloves that are hooked up to wires. He does the same thing with his feet, and after a moment, he says, "Activate," and it comes to life, and he begins talking, his voice amplified through a speaker that's on it, and begins gesturing casually. And you can see that there's an incredible degree of dexterity in it. The hands of this exosuit are responding, are behaving like normal hands, making small, minute gestures, even though there is that sort of weird, like, sound that comes with it. It's incredibly delicate and maneuverable. And he goes on displaying all of the various things it can do. And he says, and its strength is unparalleled. A single worker now has the ability to lift over 500 times the weight of what they would otherwise be able to do. And he goes and picks up a there's a car sitting next to it, and he reaches under and just hoists that bad boy up, and holds it above. And there's a more serious amount of applause, and people start taking pictures, and the drones sort of zip around, and one of them snags this particular photo op of you and him in the thing. And at that moment, there is a sort of loud sound of feedback from all of the speakers. And you see Garrett and Barry instantly start to look around, their hands go to their hips. And on one side where there's a raised stage, the four people that you saw earlier that you'd been talking to have patched into the speaker network. And Michiko is standing there. She pulls off her jacket, revealing a more traditional garb that you would recognize as grafter garb. And she begins shouting out. And she says, "For too long, the working class has been tyrannized and held under the thumb of those who stay above us in their ivory towers. The workers bleed, and they suffer, and they die. And for what? For your profit, for your comfort. You may not care, but we will make you care." And from across the crowd, people begin. It's not all of them, but a good number of them begin sort of revealing that they're dressed in similar garb, and they begin flooding the stage, and they begin chanting and blah 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 blah. All of the cameras point toward this. What would you like to do?
I walk up to Michiko, or at least I'll address Michiko. I'll address them all on stage. You're absolutely right. These working conditions are reprehensible. Doctor, this mech suit, what's the battery life on it? Like what, 24 hours? It's made for a worker to work all day practically.
Well, technically, with our latest battery achievements, they only need to be charged roughly once a week.
Oh. So you would get essentially barely any breaks, even less than you get now. You see...
Barry starts tugging on your sleeve.
No, it's okay, Barry. I got it. You see... These machines are meant to speed up labor for the neglect of the person who is working inside of them. You want a union, you give me a contract right now, and I'll sign off on it. That from this day forward, you may unionize.
There's a stunned silence, and all of the cameras zip back to you and start taking your pictures. And there's a bunch of reporters who are just being like, "Oh, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson," and asking various questions. Garrett leans down and says, "I don't think your father approved that, Tanya."
Yeah, it's okay. He's not going to be around much longer anyway. Because, this will be my company. Am I wrong?
No. No, you're not, Miss Jackson. He uncomfortably stands back up. Okay. And Michiko hops down off the stage and walks over to you and says, "You're being serious, aren't you?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. You know, you're nothing like your father.
I take that as the highest compliment.
Well, all right then. We have a contract ready. It's provisional. I am sure there are things that your company would not agree to, but she pulls out a tablet and displays it. It's like a 300-page union contract. It's dense as fuck.
Great. I don't even really pay. I'm like, I'm gonna sign off on this, but first, do you guys have any representation? Any lawyers, attorneys, anything like that?
No, not really. None of us can really afford it.
Let's see, a good representation. I probably would know this, and then I also say, hey, do you have, I can send you some money for that. I am still just an underling of my father. My name does carry weight, especially if I do sign this contract. If I give you enough money for representation, that'll put a lot of pressure on my father to actually go along with this deal that you have in place.
That would be, you're sure about this? I've heard stories of your father.
No, I'm not. I am not sure of it, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Well, if you are, why not try?
Okay.
All right, I guess transfer money, maybe on some type of device that I might have, and I'd give him like an absurd amount.
You do so.
Which now that I'm thinking that I might have inadvertently like started this whole terrorist thing. This shit grabbed her. Holy shit! Wow, that just
funny how shit works like that, huh?
That kind of, yeah, holy shit, I wasn't even trying to do that. Fuck. Well, yeah. I give him a shit ton of money, and then I sign it. And then I look to the reporters, journalists, and then we shake hands. And I say, yeah, this is gonna be tough, but, I've given you at least some resources to go to bat for this, for unionizing and making sure that the employees are treated with, like human beings.
She smiles at you and she says, "Thank you." How old are you? 15?
Yes.
Well, keep up the good work. Kid, you're gonna be an amazing woman one day.
Maybe if I stick around long enough.
I think you should. We need more people like you.
Yeah, well, just do your best to give representation, and again, I would love to help more, but this is about as much as I can do. Because
understood.
Who knows what the future may hold.
Thanks.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks. Make an observation check.
All right, I'm gonna push because I don't get anything for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got 3 6s on that one.
Holy shit! Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as this is going on, the doctor gets down out of the robot suit and just sort of like walks a little bit away and is just staring there watching. Michiko grabs the microphone and begins talking to the crowd about how this is a historic step forward and how the battle is just beginning. And you see something. Up along the balcony, there are people getting into place. They're police in SWAT gear with guns, big ones. Michiko continues to talk. and one of them mounts up and takes aim at her. You have 4 actions that you can take. What would you like to do?
How far away from her am I?
You're 15 feet away from her.
And they're pointing, finger on the trigger, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 actions. Okay, so I get to the stage.
You do so. 1.
Shit. I then whisper in her ear, "Get behind me."
You do so.
That's 2. I signal to the bodyguards to look at the positioning of the cops.
Okay. 3.
And then I speak in the mic and say, "On behalf of Jackson, stand down."
You say that, and they don't stand down. Garrett looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. This isn't your call." Shots ring out. Ooh. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Ooh. That's bad.
Oh no.
Fuck. All right. The older gentleman you first talked to is hit in the forehead and instantly killed, as is his companion. Throughout the crowd, people are just taken out. Bullets zip overhead, and Michiko grabs you and pulls you back behind the stage. And she says, "You're gonna get yourself killed. What are you doing?"
I didn't fucking know this was gonna happen. I didn't know it'd fucking kill people. This is why this business is such a fucking disaster. How do you cover this up? You're killing people. And an expose. I just don't. How you get the fuck out of here? I'm sorry, Michiko. This was not supposed to happen. At least I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't aware of this. I should have known though, because my father is absolutely batshit. I gotta get out of here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Promise me something.
Okay.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Okay.
Okay? You promise?
I promise.
Okay. Then you better run. She bolts upright and runs to the left, and a hail of bullets goes after her. You have a moment. What do you do?
I fucking put my plan in action. I start running.
You do so. You start running. You going back for your bag?
Yeah.
Word. You run out. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you trying to just bolt?
Well, I guess that would require where Barry and Garrett.
Well, you don't know that just now.
I don't know that right now. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, fuck.
I mean, you can like poke your head up, but
I'll poke my head out and see what they're doing.
all right. You see the two of them. I'm gonna have you make a
Observation.
No, you'll be able to see them. I'm gonna have you make an infiltration check, please.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna push that. That's 1-6.
1-6. Okay.
Yeah.
You see them. They're heading your way, and they're momentarily distracted by Michiko as she runs, and you can stealth past them at half speed, or you could bolt full speed.
I want to bolt full speed. I like to think I'm pretty quick. I'm 15.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty athletic.
You're a pretty athletic kid. You bolt. You run past a blur of screams and blood. And you bolt past Garrett and Barry, who see you and begin to run after you. But you are indeed quicker. And you got the drop on them. You make your way out of the expo into the main lobby, where there is an increased police presence, shall we say. And one of them turns as you run and raises his gun. And he says, "Don't move." What do you do?
I am Tanya Jackson. You put your gun down, or else you'll have to feel the wrath of Mr. Jackson. I don't think you want that.
I'm going to have you roll a manipulation check with not advantage, but add 2, please.
Okay.
Actually, that's a command check.
Okay. Still add 2?
Yeah, add 2.
That is 2 6s.
All right.
2 6s.
He lowers his gun and says, "Miss Jackson, we need to get you to safety. You better come with us."
I was heading to my quarters as we speak. It's no safer place than that.
Okay. Roll a manipulation check.
Okay. I'm gonna have to push that one. Nothing. Come on. That's 1 6.
1 6. He says, "All right, we'll escort you there."
That's fine. Can I reach Marshmallow from here?
Yes, you can.
All right, I activate Marshmallow.
Marshmallow appears next to you and says, "Miss Jackson, is everything all right?"
No, Mellow. We're walking and talking. We're kind of things are kind of going haywire right now. A lot of cop shooting and everything of that nature. Then I guess what I can do is I'm gonna use Tome Keeper, and I'm going to use Morse code to tell, maybe tap on my shoulder or something along those lines, to tell Mello that I need to get out of the building and I need help. I need someone to help me escape.
Marshmallow processes your taps and says, "I see. Well, I am supposed to help you, so I suppose I will."
And then I tap, I miss you, I'll miss you, and I love you.
Marshmallow just taps it back.
Cool.
You arrive at your quarters flanked by 2 guards. Police in SWAT gear. And they usher you inside, and the door closes and locks. And Marshmallow turns to you and says, "So you need to go."
Yes, Marshmallow. My time here is, I believe, coming to an end. And let's just be honest, I'm not a fit. I gotta start anew. It's just not the life that I want to live.
Well, I understand. I am going to miss you.
Likewise.
There is a man, a guard, who is currently working in the front of the Spire. He used to work for your father. When your father fired him, I assisted him in getting a job at the front desk of the Spire. He owes me that favor. And I think this is as good a time as any to call it in.
I appreciate it. Hello. Can you locate a way out of maybe the vents? I imagine would be the best.
Well, perhaps. The vents will get you somewhere. But I do know that they were recently inspected and cleaned. And I believe some extra security measures have been put in place.
Okay, so that is not an option. Is there a way we can distract the guards outside, and I can just rush stealthily get there?
That is a possibility.
Okay.
I am not overly keen on deception. It's not one of my more honed skills, but I will do my best to assist you.
Is there a way that I can reprogram Mello to if I can add that ability?
Yeah, there is. Marshmallow has a command unit that is in the classroom. That's Marshmallow's sort of seat of power. So if you could get there, you could reprogram Marshmallow.
How far is the classroom from my room?
A few doors down.
Okay, Mello, I don't want to mess with your programming, but in order for this to work, I believe you might need to be a little bit more deceptive. And I can help you with that, but we need to make it seem like we absolutely need to get into the classroom for some type of emergency purposes. Can you help with that, potentially?
Yes. I do know, as a matter of fact, that the classroom is bomb-proof. We could say that that's a possibility.
Okay, yeah, let's try that.
Of course.
Okay, so I guess we both go out to the guard and say, hey guys, my room is safe, but I don't necessarily think it is bomb-proof. The classroom, and Marshmallow can vouch for me here, would probably be a better holding spot.
Marshmallow nods and says, "It's bomb-proof." And the two guards, I'm going to have you roll a manipulation with a +1. I'll give you.
Okay. Oof, definitely gonna have to roll that again. Phew. Alright. I believe I have a 6 here.
A 6.
Yeah.
Okay. The guard looks at you and says, "Okay," and allows you to lead down the hall.
Okay.
Once you get to the classroom, the doors open. The guard steps inside and gestures to the other one, who takes up a position outside, and he closes the door.
So the guard's inside with us.
Yes, one of them is.
He would not necessarily know that I'm toying with. He probably doesn't know that I'm reprogramming.
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just gonna continue like the plan is going on without a hitch. I notice he's there. I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna go and start to reprogram.
Okay, you do so. You're met with a firewall, and Marshmallow says, I believe I should be able to take care of that. It was put in place to prevent you from, well, changing my coding. But I believe I should be able to take care of it and assist you a little bit.
That would be great.
Make a data spider check with an additional 2, please.
Okay, something's gotta come out of this. And it does. I've got 2 6s here.
Nice. You succeed. You hack in through the firewall with Marshmallow's help, and you begin reprogramming. It's complicated. Marshmallow is technically an awakened AI, even though they are not corporeal. And you don't think you'd be able to do this on your own, but with Marshmallow's assistance guiding you through their pathways, you're able to find the spot where deception lies. And you crank that sucker. And Marshmallow nods and says, right. What would you like me to do, Miss Jackson?
Alright, I need you to get these guards, to distract these guards somehow.
I have a possible idea.
Oh, okay.
Though it may hurt a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm game. Whatever gets us out.
Right. I want you to know I care about you very much. I wouldn't do this if I thought there was any other way.
Okay. Let's do it.
Marshmallow points to a ceiling tile, and a weaponized turret, pops down and turns immediately and points at you. And Marshmallow says, this will probably hurt a little bit. And it fires a single shot. And it hits you in the arm. It's not a deep wound. It does feel like you got shot, though. It's quite painful. You take 2 points of damage.
Okay. 3 now. Cool.
Yeah. And Marshmallow points to the door, and the door opens as the other guard turns around and says, "The hell's going on in there?" And Marshmallow just says, "This officer here is one of them. He just attempted to assassinate Miss Jackson." And the guard says, "Jepson?" And the guard looks and says, I don't know. And the other guard raises his gun and says, Put down the gun. And he puts up his gun and he says, "I didn't do anything. That robot is lying. There's a turret. And Marshmallow says, "There's no turret here." And there is not. And Marshmallow says, "It would be advisable if you subdued him as quickly as possible. He is a threat." Oh, well, your programming paid off with 5 6s.
Holy shit.
The guard, the other guard who was outside, shoots Jepson. Oh, wow, all right. Who says, "No, wait, don't." and then is shot and killed.
Maybe too much deception. Jeez.
And Marshmallow says,
Thank you. We need to get her to someplace safe. The med bay. I will take her.
and the guard panics and says, of course. And Marshmallow escorts you down the hallway toward the med bay.
Oh, that makes our when I revisit Marshmallow so much more interesting now. Holy shit. Okay. All right, great. Cool.
Yeah, you may have created a monster.
I may have created a fucking monster.
And it also begs the question, what was Marshmallow doing? Marshmallow asked a lot of questions of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also funded a terrorist organization. So, yay!
Tanya Jackson.
Did a lot before.
Trying to do good. Not doing it.
Consequences.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's hysterical. Marshmallow leads you to the med bay where a doctor is sitting, and Marshmallow says,
My apologies, Doctor. It appears that Miss Jackson has been shot. Perhaps you could assist?
and the doctor says, holy shit, are you okay?
I'm in pain. Lots of fucking pain. What do you think? I've been shot.
Oh, that's fair. You were, sorry, dumb question. He reaches around, he finds a syringe, and he sticks it in your arm, and the pain numbs. And he says, okay, we'll see what we can do with this. And he patches it with some gauze and some other things. He puts in some antibiotics, packs it tightly and wraps it. And he says, that's gonna be the best that I can do. And Marshmallow says,
Thank you.
and then turns to you and says,
I believe it might be time, Miss Jackson.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Good. Take care of yourself, please.
All right. You too.
Right.
Marshmallow leads you. I'm gonna have you roll an infiltration check, please.
Okay. Use a darkness point.
Do it to it.
Nothing.
All right, you round the corner and you bump into Garrett and Barry. And they say, geez, oh, Miss Jackson, we were so worried about you. Are you all right? Oh my God, were you shot?
Yeah. Yeah, I was shot.
We have to get you to somewhere safe. This is ridiculous. You can't be here.
I know that. No need to worry. Marshmallow, is keeping me safe.
The hologram teacher is keeping you safe?
Yes, he also protects me. He's pretty much my dad without my dad. You do know this, right?
Yeah, last I checked, Marshmallow didn't have any defense protocols laid in. And Marshmallow says,
I've been updated.
and points to the ceiling, and a turret drops down and says,
I will be able to keep her safe.
and Garrett and Barry look up at it and they say, there are fucking turrets in the ceiling? And Marshmallow says,
Yes, there are in fact 683 turrets throughout the Jackson and Jackson compound.
and they look to each other, and then they shrug and they back away from the turret. Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to get to that spot where the security guard, or former security guard, I guess he is
Gotcha.
Administration or wherever he's working now.
Yeah, he's the like front desk of the Spire.
Okay, yeah.
You start to head toward the elevator, and Garrett and Barry say, no, you can't go, you can't leave. And one of them starts to move towards you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to contact my father.
Okay. You call your father.
Well, I guess what I wanted to do, but I'm sorry to may have retcon it. I wanted to say that I'm trying to contact him, but in the private space, not there. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like,
You
yeah.
you do so. And they say, well, then use his office. There's nobody in it.
Yeah. There are terrorists running around. You don't think that they will know where his office might be?
Outside. They're not. We can't let you leave in the middle of a terrorist attack.
Garrett Barry, trust me on this. Please stand down.
Roll a manipulation check.
That's 1-6. I'm gonna try to push.
Push.
That's 2 6s.
All right. They look at each other and shrug and say, all right, but we're coming with you. Garrett presses the elevator door, and it opens. And Barrett gets in. He's holding the door. There's a bunch of police inside. And they say, right, are you coming or what?
Yeah, I gotta get in.
You do so.
Before I do, I look at Mello, and it's like, and I Morse code again and say, I need a distraction. When I get down there.
Mello nods and says, back in Morse code, I will see what I can do. The elevator rides down to the first, the true entryway into the Spire. If you remember correctly, there's sort of two areas. There's the Spire, the greenery area, and then there is the Spire, the mall area. You've entered into the greenery area.
Right.
There are police swarming the area, and they take you into a secluded corner, and they say, "All right, call your father."
Okay, yeah, sure. Call him.
You do so. As you do, the phone is ringing, and you begin to hear chatter on the police radios, transponders, that there's more shooting going on upstairs, and that the doctor was also in on the plot. And the majority of police rush back up, leaving you and Garrett and Barry alone. The phone continues to ring. Do you want to keep trying to call, or do you want to end the call prematurely?
I'll end the call prematurely.
You do so.
Seems like they're in the building.
Seems that way.
I think you two should get up there.
Our first and most important job is keeping you safe, Miss Jackson. In your father's absence, you are our number one priority.
Wouldn't his
We're not.
work be a priority as well?
Yeah, but you're his daughter.
Listen, guys, you guys have been great. I can take care of myself. Please, his work is important. We have been working hard on all of this stuff. If it gets destroyed, first of all, do you really trust Chicago Police Department to handle this?
They look at each other and they both go, "No."
Go up there.
Make a manipulation check with add a couple.
Okay. That's a 6. I don't know if I want to keep pushing. I'll see what happens with this single 6.
Okay. Barrett goes, "All right, I'll go check it out." No, not Barrett. Fuck. Barry goes, "All right, I'll check it out." Garrett, you stay here. Garrett nods, and he goes up.
Do I have?
Garrett stays with you.
Do I have any type of? Oh Jesus, man! I should try to put this dude to sleep somehow. I don't know. Don't know how that would happen.
Do you look through your stuff?
Yeah, I looked at my stuff.
You notice there's an additional thing in your backpack that wasn't there before.
Okay.
It's a syringe.
I imagine syringe may be sedative of some type. Okay.
You don't know.
I don't know. Jesus, I don't want to kill. Who's left? Garrett?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I say, I guess I might need manipulation. I'm like, Garrett, holy fuck! I think someone's. What is that over there? I think that might be a terrorist. I'm scared.
You're doing the look over there.
Yeah, pretty much. And I try to get behind him because I feign
Right.
fear and terror.
Yeah. Roll a manipulation.
Okay.
Please.
That's 1-6. I'm gonna push.
Do it.
That's just 1-6.
You point to a spot, and Garrett looks and sort of positions himself back a bit. You can't fully get behind him, but he is momentarily distracted.
I plunge that thing in him.
Yeah, make a close combat roll.
I'm actually pretty good at these, so. Come on, 6s. Here. I got 1-6. Which just seems to be as high as I go. This is
You got how much? 1-6?
I'll use some darkness, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you
This
might
game
as
is so
well.
hard. It's like you roll a bunch of dice and it's like 1, 6 or nothing. I'm like, okay, great. I love it though. 'Cause I'm sweating over here. Okay, that's just 1, 6, man. Let's just go. This 1, 6.
1, 6. All right. He's gonna roll.
Oh boy.
He's gonna roll armor. you jab him like right in the back, and the needle just goes. Duck. And you realize he's wearing a Kevlar vest.
Oh great.
And he turns and he says, "Miss Jackson, what the hell? Let's roll for initiative."
Oh no. Okay, fucking Jesus. 2.
2.
Yep. I don't know what I have even for weapons because I don't have.
You have nothing.
Yep.
You're a 15-year-old child.
Yep. That's what.
You've got a syringe, and that's it.
Yep.
So amazingly, even though you only rolled a 2, you're still going first
Okay.
because he rolled a 1. So what would you like to do?
Kick him in the nuts.
You do so. You do so. Roll for close combat, please.
Okay. That is 2 6s.
2 6s. All right. Yeah, you get him right in the crotch. And he doubles over and goes, "Why?" And then falls to the ground. You have one more action. What would you like to do?
If he falls to the ground, I first I'll say I'm sorry.
You do
yeah. This did the syringe break?
It didn't penetrate. It did not break.
All right, now I'd like to shoot him. So he has a Kevlar vest, but that vest does not cover up the arms, correct?
No, nor the neck.
Okay, yeah.
Nor the crotch.
Yeah, that is fair. I'll go ahead and I'll give him a shot in the arm.
Okay, so you're going to do this at a minus because you're doing a close action as a fast action. So it's at a -2, but roll for attack.
Okay. I got 1 6. I'm going to roll for darkness.
Do it.
Okay. That will be 3 6s all day.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you jab it into his arm and he goes, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" And I'm going to have him roll a force check to see if he can stay awake. Getting flashbacks to the pulse fight.
Yeah.
Okay, he immediately, you can tell it's kicking in really quickly. He is woozy. He's not unconscious, but he's definitely not doing so hot. It's his turn. He is going to stumble to his feet, and he's going to attempt to subdue you. So he's going to roll a close combat with a -2. That is no successes. He's going to take another attempt. Again, well, at a double minus, so it's literally just... Okay, that is 1 6. I would like you to make an opposed force check against him to see whether or not he's grappled you.
That is actually 1 6.
All right. He got no successes. So he manages to like get around. He's not trying to hurt you. He's just trying to keep you from, running away. But he's really, you got him good. He's drugged. Also, you kicked him in the crotch. And he grabs a hold of you, and you're able to, thanks to your close combat training, which you have received, because of course you're a rich kid in the Spire, your dad trained you in violence. You are not restrained. It's your turn again. He's not yet unconscious, but he looks like he soon will be. What would you like to do?
He gets an opportunity attack, right? If I try to escape now, right?
No. So the way it works in Coriolis is if you have a reaction point left, you can use it, but reaction points are pulled from your action points.
Okay.
So, so he technically won't be able to do anything if you run, because he used all of his actions to try and restrain you.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna try to run away because he's not gonna be able to. I don't have anything else. I'm not gonna try to kill him, obviously, because it wouldn't make sense in the canon of things anyway, or really injure him.
I mean, also, yeah. Also, you're not a murderer.
Yeah, that's definitely not me. Yeah.
All right, you head towards the elevator. He follows after you, stumbling more and more, and then just like falls asleep in the middle of the courtyard. You make it to the elevator, and you take it down. And you arrive in the mall, and you see it's mostly cleared out. There's still police officers and news anchors, and you can see close to the doors, there's a sort of portly blonde man who's sitting there, and when he sees you, he surreptitiously gives you a little wave and then beckons you forward.
I move forward towards him.
You do so. As you walk through, you see that there are camera drones everywhere. They're flitting and zipping around, and they're scanning the faces of everyone except for you. And you walk through basically unnoticed. And you reach him, and he crouches down and he says, "Hey there, you must be Tanya."
I am.
Well, my name is Stanley.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Marshmallow told me that you might need some help.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of here.
Okay. Is it true that there was a terrorist attack up there? That's what all the news outlets are saying.
Well, more so the police fired upon innocent people.
Oh.
Not really a terrorist attack.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, but, that's the man we work for. I'm sure he had a lot to do with it.
Well, I don't work for him anymore.
Oh, that's true.
So, do you know where you're gonna go?
No, not a clue.
I know a couple people down south. They're nice. They're a mechanic, husband and wife. They'll take care of you
Okay, well,
until you figure out where you want to go.
thank you. I might also get a new arm. I don't know.
Well, change your fingerprints. Not a bad idea.
And maybe a different face, too. If you ever meet again, you may not even recognize me.
Well, you just tell me who you are, and I'll happily help you again.
All right. Well, thank you.
You might want to pick a different name too.
Yeah, I thought about it. It's my mother's name. I never knew her, but I think I'll go by Okasani.
It's a good name.
I think so.
Well, Okasani, you should get out of here. I think some people are gonna be looking for you.
Yeah, I think that that would be pretty wise. Well, take it easy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He hands you a piece of paper with an address on it.
Yes, of course. I will definitely visit them.
All right. You take care of yourself. And if you ever see Marshmallow again, tell them I say hi and thanks.
Absolutely.
You can see in the distance the elevator doors open and Barry comes out looking wide-eyed, and Stanley clocks this and says, "Time to go." And he presses a button, and all of the swarm of camera droids, like all of the drones, just zip over and create this like little cloud around him, obscuring his vision. You can see him sort of like trying to push through them.
Mm-hmm.
And Stanley says, "It's now or never, kiddo. Good luck."
All right, and book it.
You do so. You step outside. It's a cold spring day. It smells like recent rain. You're greeted with 1,000 smells and sights and sounds. You feel breeze on your skin. There are taxis honking and people yelling at each other and kids running and laughing and screaming. There's a whole world out there, and it's yours to explore now.
Yeah, I breathe a sigh of relief, and I may shed a few tears. And then I say, well, a new journey begins. I need some fucking drugs.
Well, there you have it. She made it out, and looks like she's getting that drug habit after all. No surprises there. But what other adventures await Oka in the wilds beyond the Spire? And how does she meet up with Kyler? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned, because all that, in good time, will be revealed on Astronautica.
Hey everybody, Matt here, your friendly neighborhood GM. I just wanted to take a moment and thank you all so much for listening to our podcast. We have a ton of fun making it, and I hope you have as much fun listening to it because it's great. If you like our show and want to support us, please check us out on Patreon, where for as little as $1, you can help us keep this going. Also, I just wanted to take a moment to thank my wonderful players, Ian Mutiner, Benjamin Timothy Jenkins, and Lauren Alice Dinney. They are wonderful and they ruin all my plans, and I literally could not do this without them, so I am eternally grateful. I also wanted to take a moment to thank Shersty Jorgensen, who designed our awesome logo, and also to thank Harrison Campion, who is my musical partner in crime. Anytime you hear a sick bass lick that's Harrison. He's pretty great. And he's far more talented than I am. So I'm happy to have him around. I also want to take a moment just to thank my wife, Angie Feek, for all of her love and support and for her continued input in the story. She's already made it so much better, and I'm super grateful. And finally, thank you to EJ Schumacher and Lauren Pratt, our first 2 ever Patreon supporters. We're so grateful. Seriously, there's a lot of cool stuff. Get in on that. There's unedited shows where you can see how much we don't know what we're doing. You get all of the music from the shows. So if you just want to like listen to some sci-fi ambient stuff, there will be one-shots that we run, and it might not be me. It could be Ian or Ben or Lauren, any of us doing this. So there's a lot of really great content for you to check out. Go over to our Patreon, check it out. And finally, thank you all so much for listening. You guys are great. Stick around. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up.